What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going down? What's shaking? Welcome to another episode of Super Black Comic Book Reviews by Johnathansoul. And we got a very groovy comic book that we're going to review for you this afternoon. We're talking about Sankofa's Eymbrace, Act 1, Number 1, by Antoine Ghost Mitchell, writer, creator, illustrator. I love it when you have folks that are a triple threat. Somebody who conceives the idea and can execute all on his own. Now, of course, you know, we get by with a little help from our friends, open up this wonderful, beautifully illustrated book. And the first thing that came to mind when I started looking through it was this beautiful letter from his wife, which I think is good. I'm not going to read it because it reads slow. But long story short, you can tell the brother got a lot of support. All right. So what is this book? This is a fantasy book. This has a lot of Orishas and a lot of language that are, you know, like native to African American culture. There are references to, you know, scholarship in here, you know, but it's essentially like a magic fantasy action book. Okay, that's basically what we're talking about. All right. I mean, they had some words he had to look up. Urugu. You know, I'm familiar with the way I had to look it up and say, oh, okay, this is the title of a book by a scholar. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was Yaqub, you know what I mean, from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that, you know, that creation myth with the evil scientists or whatever. But I got my Yaqub and Urugu mixed up. But anyway, let's get into the book. What do we got here? What we have here is a beautifully, and I would say kind of classically, it's almost like an art book in a way. Of magical people fighting each other, right? Good and bad, you know, forces, good and evil. Let's talk about it. Let's see here. Thousands of years ago, thousands of years after the Great Shattering, the Urugu moon appeared over the skies of imbalance and signaled the prophecy of a coming battle between balance and disorder. That could dictate the final fate of the world. Dun, 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 dun. So what does that mean? That means that there's some mystic forces that are going to be battling, and they're going to be using these, you know, lower beings as proxies. That's what it really means. Representing balance are the Sankofa children, the Ma'at child, the embodiment of creation and order, and the Urugu child, the vessel of destruction and chaos. However, the Sankofa children haven't been seen for thousands of years. None, save a few, even remember who they are. So yeah, so that's the setup, right? And depending on how deep you are in the culture, you know, Sankofa means, you know, going forward by looking back. And that Sankofa vibration, there was a movie out, and you know, Sankofa is a word that's very rich in meaning for people who are deep into the culture. Okay, Urugu, and of course Ma'at, people familiar with Ma'at. Urugu is something I've heard it, but I've never read that sister's book. And the closest I got to it was like Dr. Francis Questwell Singh or whatever. I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's similar. Created, written, pencil colored, lettered by Antoine Ghost Mitchell, edited by Erica, a beautiful name I can't pronounce, Williams Mitchell. Sankofa is Eymbrace.com. That's where I bought it. And let me just say something about fulfillment. The day I bought this book, I bought from 3 other publishers. Another small independent like this guy, and from Heavy Metal Magazine. Right? I like the back issues. I kind of like the, you know what I mean, kind of thing. What else am I going to show you guys? I'm into some kind of, I like some of that old, like this brother, this Eric, but now he used to write. Okay, you know, I'm trying to get his old stuff. But anyway. So he's the only one that delivered. You know what I'm saying? His brother's the only one that delivered. So, you know, buying from independents, you know, it could be tricky, but I would say 98% of the time I get the book without any drama. You know, 1% I might have to ping them and then, oh, my fault, and they send it, you know, but most of the time. So thank you, Antoine, for your fulfillment, for sending a book that I purchased. Thank you very much. That's very important. I can't tell you guys how many Kickstarters I support, and then you don't get the book for a fucking year. You know what I'm saying? Or 2 years in some cases. You know what I mean? So So fulfillment is very important. Fulfillment just basically means when you see that I ordered the book, you put it in the mail. That's it. So thank you for Antoine for sending this to me in a timely fashion. Okay. All right. So the book is beautifully illustrated, like I said. It looks painterly. I don't know if he's doing Photoshop or whatever, but it looks painterly. It almost feels like airbrush to me. But so we go through. He's telling a little story. Now, in terms of writing, I would say that it's a light touch on the plot, and he kind of has a artsy, poetic way of kind of tickling what's going on. It's a similar feeling from Val Maher, Gifted and Cursed, with Gray Williamson. Very similar in the sense of these little artistic touches that kind of lead you to the plot. So basically, a guy smoking a pipe, something is coming. You can look at this kind of eerie, kind of beautiful landscape. His spider sense is going off and everything. And then in another part of this area, this guy with a sword is coming through, wrecking shop, screwing everybody up. And then you see this lady who's begging for mercy, and it doesn't look like, there's any coming. And this guy, he's rushing to the rescue or whatever. And this is, I would say, one of the first character designs that I've come across in this book that's really stunning. Okay, you can see this kind of look like a mass, with some energy on one side or whatever. And then you see this blade, maybe it has a spell on it or something. And, this looks, he looks like, like an agent of destruction kind of a thing. And so, if you guys look up Urugu, it's a book written by a scholar, a woman whose name escapes me right now. But it's something definitely should follow up on. So anyway, so this right here is actually a dream sequence. And so, the brother wakes up, kind of a thing. And so we back into this real world, this real fantasy world. This is the letter I told you guys about. So now, in the real world, we really getting chased. So they're running these animals. This is kind of like a horse and carriage or ox and carriage kind of vibration. And this guy is zapping, shooting at him. And it's this crazy... I don't know, demagogue or something is coming at him. And he looked like he's very powerful. It looks like they might be related to the first guy in the dream. And so they're ducking and dodging, but it's not having the intended effect. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to mount a defense. Now let's stop for a second. This is at night, but Antoine, has a fairly rich color palette, which is nice. The character design is decent. You know what I mean? It's more interesting with, of course, the more important characters. But this is the thing that kind of blew my mind, and it's something I haven't seen in any comic. This lady, instead of shooting them with X-ray vision or, freeze breath, she's manifesting in Orisha to kick this guy's ass. I've never seen that in any comic before. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but she's, kind of like summoning this, this Orisha, which is Oshun, like the water goddess or whatever. And that water goddess comes out and she kind of, knocks away the bad guy, buying them a chance to escape. What I'm getting a sense of from my interviews and the comics I'm buying and so forth is that in the African space, the Orishas are becoming more and more accepted, as a part of this universe. I first saw it popping up in Bounce, the brother who's the bouncer and the bartender, the Haitian brother up in New York. I first saw it in Chuck Collins. I first saw it in his work. And then I'm seeing it in some other work that doesn't escape me, of course, when I'm starting to record. But the point is I'm seeing this more and more, and I think it's beautiful. Because this gives you an opportunity, one, if you're an adult, just to research yourself and find out who the deities are, the people you used to get down with before we came over to these shores. Two, in terms of if you're an artist or a fiction writer, this is a whole other resource for you to tap into in terms of inspiration. Okay. All right. So anyway, so I talked about this enough. All right. So let me give you some stat. Here you go. Boom, boom. Here's some stats on Oshun if you didn't know who Oshun was. Okay. Boom. All right. So now we're gonna go back in here, and so the Orisha comes back, and it takes a lot out of her, and so forth. So then we go into another part of this book, and so now this is another subplot to where these people are crossing this, I guess they're on this road, and then they're getting attacked by bandits, and the bandits are about to rob them. So before I go further, I want you to notice it says the Malacca Empire and their damn checkpoints. I'll be forever getting, I'll be forever getting to this Ebji. Why did it look like a Nigerian word? Ebji Festival. Just what the hell is this going on anyway? So these people are about to be robbed by bandits. And so as we go further into the book, we start to get introduced to this world, which has an overruling empire. And then there, of course, there are classes of people and so forth like that. And there's magic involved. There's a little bit of politics. Of course, there's a lot of drama. And so this book is something I think that everybody should have in their collection. It's beautifully illustrated. This is the first copy. And I'm going to show you everything. But, I mean, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You know this is gorgeous. And so he does a lot of world building here. I'm not going to show you the whole book because I want you to buy it. There was a map in here I wanted to show you real quick. Here it is. Yeah. I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So this is something that I want y'all to add to our collection. This is Sankofa's Eymbrace by Antoine Mitchell. I want you to support this brother. I want you to go to sankofasembrace.com and cop this book. I think he also has posters over there and stuff. When I bought it, which is, I got an autographed copy, which is nice. And then I got this little drawing here, which is cool too. I tend to keep things like this. So yeah, can I tell y'all something? I'm going to tell y'all a quiet little secret. A lot of when I report on this is like a cottage industry at this point in its development. And some of these books that I tell you guys to go out and get, you buy them and then it's like they're gone. They like disappeared. Some of them. The artists are still there working, but they moved on to other projects. And so a lot of times, some people just do like a limited run. Like there's one book I bought. I buy these books, especially if they're children related, and I send it to my cousins south someplace. And then the guy tells me, "Oh, I stopped printing." I was like, "Oh my god!" So I can get digital. You try to find that book on Amazon, it's $120. When I bought it, it was $20, and I got the signature. You know what I mean? So, jump on these books, yo. Jump on these books. All right. Love you guys. Hope your dreams come true. JonathanSoul, johnathansoul.com. You can check out my website for interviews with the artists and writers and creators. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can see these kind of things also. And then I'm on iTunes while it lasts. I heard Apple is going to get rid of iTunes. And of course, SoundCloud. And sometimes I post up on Instagram. All right. Love you guys. Peace. Now stop. There is one more thing I want to do. One more thing. I wanted to thank my top commenters. This YouTube thing is fun. But let's be honest, if you got a gig, you know what I mean? You come home tired and stuff, it takes some energy to put all this stuff together. It really does. It's not like you just roll the camera, hit upload. I do a little editing or whatever. So I just want to say thank you guys because I ain't going to lie, y'all kind of help keep a brother motivated. So I'm actually looking at my little YouTube studio shit. And this is a camera I bought this when I was in my freshman year in college. So I just love this. This is like a sentimental type of thing. So anyway, Jess and King. So she's like a goth girl on YouTube and out here in these YouTube streets. And she's been very supportive. I want to say thank you, little sister, little cutie pie. She probably the same age as my daughter. And I wanted to tip you to something. I know you interview black products. Whoops. So these guys, this is a brother out of Fort Washington, Maryland. He does this like a teeth powder and mouthwash. I thought it was just hydrogen peroxide. This is actually like some like tea tree oil and some peppermint and stuff. This stuff is really good. Keeps your teeth clean. When you wake up in the morning, your mouth is fresh or whatever. And so, and it's inexpensive too. So I think, this and this is like $14 with shipping, but he's on the East Coast. So this, this is something you want to check out. And that Trill tea I told you about is good. So that's for you. All right. Now let's see here for Ward Media and Entertainment. We talked a little bit about the futurist thing. Yeah. So I gotta be honest with you. I know none of us know the answer. People talk about socialism, this, that, and the third. Some people talk about scientifically managed resources, but we just haven't seen none of it function on a large scale. There are experiments in like some Scandinavian countries where there'll be like a whole community and they'll have like a robot managed farm or something. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you can get something to work in your household, that's why I said in our comments, every household, every family should have a family business, and you and I are on the same page. So thank you for commenting on that. I appreciate that. Let's see, Cottrell Evans, you was telling me about, hey man, Peep Game Comics. Thank you. Peep Game Comics is an excellent source. He was one of the first people I interviewed a couple of years back. Imani Latif is the brother's name, and he's doing some big stuff. And yeah, there's also, just to give you another 133 art, right? Yeah, 133 art. Hold on, let me check. Google remembers everything. 133. Yeah, 133art.com is another website. There's a brother. You know how it is, like a brother's wife, his little baby. They produce comics, they produce figurines, posters. He's a tremendous artist. You might want to check that brother out. 133art.com. All right, so that's for Cottrell Evans. And then R. Jackson, thanks for the comment, man, on Gray Williamson. I would say another book this in a similar vibe, but not the same. But in terms of, is this one. And, I did a little review of it. This is Niobe Shia's life. This brother, Sebastian Jones, I think they penciled a deal with either, I think it's HBO or Netflix or Showtime, one of those things, to do some movies. But this is like Conan the Barbarian with like a little black girl, kind of a thing. It's that kind of vibe. But it has an elegance to it, kind of like what Gray Williamson was doing. So you may want to check this out. And they're at strangercomics.com. All right. So that's for Art Jackson. Let's see, Lord Ravencore. Yeah, man, definitely for you too. You may want to check this one out. That's definitely, and they have other books there too. They have I don't know if there's a page in here, but they have other books there too. But yeah, just go to strangercomics.com and do you see it. All right, so let's see, Rob Queen's writing channel. Yeah, man, Demon Blade was a fun book. I would love to see it in print. I think somebody told me once you could get it in print someplace in Ohio or whatever. But I'm on the East Coast, so that's not really a thing. But thanks for the comment. And I gotta check out your channel. Atticus X. Yeah, Wesley Snipes is definitely the man. I tried reaching out to his people. Crickets. So the other brother, co-author, was kind enough to spend a little time with the brother. So that was cool. So thanks for your comment. Vic M73. I looked up Demon Hunter Kane just now, and it looks like it's not really being updated right now. But I'll ping the brother. Maybe he's doing other work. Noir Caesar. I've been looking at their movement, man. They're really making some connections. I think they hooked up with a studio that's in Tokyo, right? I've seen some movement like that. And the Comic Republic is beautiful. I interviewed the captain over there, and I got a couple of their comics reviewed on this channel. But thanks for the heads up anyway. Keep good looking out. Let's see, AMD Creations. I hope I said it right. You told me that the Soul Pimp scene was a reference to Dave Chappelle and Wayne Brady. Thank you for. Yeah, I would never got that. I never got that, but I did want to say And this was somebody in the comment told me that there was another book out. I bought that book again. I bought it, gave it to a friend, bought it again. So that's a dope book. Thanks for your comments. Ryan A. Leonard. Yeah, man, I had a lot of fun with that interview. I'm still reaching out to people. You know, as an interviewer, sometimes people are busy. They don't, catch up with you. But I can always, review the comics. So that's what I'm doing now. Thanks for the heads up. Comedic Justice. I ordered the comic. Hey, listen, this is what I wanted to tell you, man. Look, Comedic Justice. And I did this because you hit me to this vibration. I didn't even know. So I had been bought this, right? And you told me about the culturally insensitive. Then I got this book. So, and by the way, he ships very fast. Literally, like the day I ordered, it was in the mail. So yeah, man, thanks for the heads up, Comedic Justice. Yeah, man. Thanks for that. I didn't know that was just it. Let's see here. Move right along. Let's see here. This is 5 months ago. 90s Fresh. Thanks, man. You definitely gave me one of the earliest shout outs. It was because of you I started responding to comics. I really wouldn't respond to comics that much. I wasn't getting them. So thanks for that. Cody S. Let's say you should look up Black Sands comic. Hey, Cody. Thank you for your suggestion. Guess what? You know what I mean? Because of you and my son mentioned it to me, I got this book and I reviewed it on the channel. And I actually reached out to the guy. He liked my comment, but he never responded. So I'll try again. Maybe I can get the brother come on the show as an interview. So let's see here. Yeah, Dream Fury. That's the man right there. I had him on a show. Talked to him, when he was raising money for the book and the whole bit. So it's beautiful to see somebody start out with just a webcomic. And then the next thing you know, as I should have prepped before I did. This is like mad spontaneous, people. Like 1 minute, you talk to somebody. And the next minute, where's the book? Y'all gonna say, this guy's place must be messy. But anyway, yeah, I got the book right here. Yeah, 1 minute you talk to a guy, he just says, what comic? The next minute, bam, you got the real book. So this is something I bought a couple times, and I will definitely be reviewing this. I'll be reviewing this. I just like to see the process. This guy's in IT. When I was talking to him, I think he was in a hotel traveling to do a job or whatever. And then he took some time out to talk to me about his book. And again, at the time, this was just a webcomic. And now look. You know what I mean? And this is the same story all the time. The people I interview are just regular people. They got gigs or whatever, and they got a dream. They got an idea in their head. A lot of times they had since they was a kid, in many cases. And then they just put the time and effort in to learn this business, and then they do it. And so it's a beautiful thing to see it come to life. All right. So let's see here. Billy Hernandez. Yeah, man. Like I said, thank you for the comment on Talent of God. It was almost like if Blade was a Christian. That's the vibration that it was in. And that guy, Ray Norman, he's a playwright. So he's got a couple of plays that's in production right now. All right, but thanks for the comment. Let's see. True Power is Mine. Is these the same guys that produce that put up Mark from Anaheim? Let's see here. Check this out, brother. Let me click this link. Hope it's not too dangerous. Let me see. You never click links. Oh yeah, these are the brothers. Hey man, you guys are like the Deadpool you guys are like the Deadpool of the conscious community. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Thank you for what you guys are doing. I would love to interview Mark from Anaheim, but I don't know history like that. I feel like an ass, you know what I mean? So thank you for what you guys are doing. All right. And I think I'm just about, these are just the comments from the last, year. Let's see here. McFall, you got great pipes, dude. Dude, thank you for that, man. I always thought I had a face for radio. Now I'm just playing. But yeah, man, thank you for that. Man, there's so many people who got great voices. You want to hear great voices? I hate to say it like this. I don't want to sound like a fanboy. You know who got a great set of voices? Whoever casted Game of Thrones, those guys got a great set of voices. You know what I'm saying? If you just listen to it. Sometimes I stopped watching after the second season because the gay shit and then the children getting killed and I was in the incest. I was like, I should not be liking this. And so I stopped watching it. I wanted to see the fucking dragons, but I just couldn't. But it was the point. The point is, those guys have got, I mean, they just got a great set of voices on there. So yeah, I really appreciate voice. I listen to audiobooks almost every night. So yeah, man. Yeah, I really appreciate great sound, great radio voices and stuff. And wrapping up, N7 Myth. This brother commented on my top 8 Star Wars fan films better than Rogue One. Thank you for that. I saw some of your reviews over there at dobackdiscussions.net, whack reviews. Yeah, check out the brother. Click on his link. And I was looking at some of your fan reviews and stuff. I got to see if you reviewed the German fan film with Darth Maul. Remember, he had the bubble around him or whatever, and he was fighting in the woods. I'd be interested to see what you say about that. And that's about it. So listen, I just wanted to do an extended cut and thank you guys for your support because, you know, you guys encourage me like I'm sure I encourage people when I leave comments, positive comments and stuff. And thank God I'm a teeny tiny itty bitty channel. And so I haven't attracted any trolls. So thank you guys. And thanks for your time. And then I'll keep this thing up. All right. All right. Deuces. Peace.